As the Formula 1 circus moved to Russia for the start of the European phase of the season, it seemed to be a three-team battle at the very top of the standings. Daniel Ricciardo managed to get pole, but as AlexZAfRo managed to split the Ferrari duo to start alongside him. The second row was filled by the other Ferrari of Giovinazzi in third place, and Adrian still managed to get P4. Mercedes seemed to be a little off the pace in qualifying as they locked out the third row half a second off pole, but 6/10 quicker than their nearest rivals behind, which turned out to be Max Verstappen for Skoda. It seems Skoda, Haas, Toyota and Williams would all be fighting at the lower end of the points. It was once again a poor showing for McLaren Mercedes as they could only manage P16 with Carlos Sainz and P19 with Lewis Hamilton, as BMW Ferrari once again looked as though they'd lacked the pace, languishing over a second behind any other competitor down on the back row.
Thank you, Matt, for the qualifying report, but let's get ready for the Russian Grand Prix. So this is going to be an exciting one. We got our best qualifying result of the season here, starting on the front row of the grid, splitting the two Ferrari cars. A lot of pressure is on me now to try and bring this championship battle to more than the Ferrari cars. Volkswagen want to be a part of it too. So let's look to the lights at the top of the screen here, guys, for the fifth round of this 2021 season. Quick light change and away we go. I don't think we were expecting that because we had a really bad start actually there. Ricciardo's off and he's already got a couple of car links, and Giovinazzi's around the outside as well. Suttel's going to get me as well. Who else? Ocon. I think Verstappen on my right hand side. Yeah, look at that. We lost loads of positions into turn one, but then there's contact in front. We get past all of them once again and we get basically get back all those positions, but one position there, Giovinazzi, he managed to stay ahead of us here. So let's have a look at this start once again. The light sequence was very, very fast. I don't think we were quite expecting that, meaning we did get a pretty terrible start here. And you can see here, around the outside Giovinazzi goes, around the outside goes Suttel. Ocon as well. Verstappen with a good move down the inside there, but there was nowhere for him to go once he got down to turn one here. He sort of got bogged up on the inside, pushed across the curb by Suttel. Then there was contact behind. Luckily we avoided that, but we got ourselves back into P3 and surely a bit of contention here for the race victory. It wasn't a great start to the Grand Prix for Nairo Fukuzumi. You can see there he made contact there with his teammate, then crashed into the Haas of Mick Schumacher once he rejoined the track, losing a part of his front wing. But a bad start there for the Japanese driver who was looking for possible points here today. Now on board with Giovinazzi, he's making the move on his teammate Daniel Ricciardo. Easy stuff there, past him, no DRS. Does Ricciardo have a problem? Because that seemed pretty damn easy. And considering Ricciardo's leading this championship, there's not really any team orders going on here. Giovinazzi is just flying at the start of this Russian Grand Prix. Now you guys know, I love this track, so I really am having a lot of fun here today. Catching up these Ferraris once again, trying to put the pressure on them. See, my teammate Suttel's actually lost the position to Verstappen as well, you saw there. So Verstappen, incredible feat. 4th place right now in the Skoda, which is basically the Volkswagen B team. Fair play, he's doing a good job, but we're trying to now line up Daniel Ricciardo down to the first corner, first proper corner. This is, I think, what they call turn one. We're going to go around the outside of Daniel Ricciardo, down the straight. He must have some sort of problem. Surely, he's just so slow right now. Daniel Ricciardo losing so much time to Giovinazzi as well. He runs slightly wide. We keep the position and stay in P2 for now. And on lap number 3, Suttel is starting to put the pressure on Verstappen once again. He's going to have a bit of help this time thanks to a bit of DRS. So DRS will be activated right now. Suttel jinking to the right hand side there, getting the overtake done there on Verstappen. He'll hope now to be able to pull away because, let's be honest, the Skoda car is okay, but it's nowhere near as good as the Volkswagen car, and considering my pace here today, you'd expect better. Quick look here at Lewis Hamilton, getting an overtake done. Fair play to him. Good stuff there from Lewis Hamilton to get that one done on the Aston Martin car, but it doesn't mean much. McLaren Mercedes right now are really languishing at the back of the field, and Lewis Hamilton was on the super softs whilst the Aston Martin, their car, was actually on the soft, so it was not much of a massive overtake for him there considering he's so far down the back of the grid. But lap number 4, just come around the last corner to go on to lap number 5, we're starting to really see Giovinazzi struggling a little bit here on these super soft tyres. I don't think he quite had the longevity in the tyres that we did in this stint here, so we're looking for an overtake here. The DRS, it should actually be pretty simple down this main straight here. DRS wide open, pulling to the right hand side. Nice stuff there. Easy overtake, but on the brakes, Giovinazzi didn't quite give up there, but we just get the overtake done without any sort of contact. Now, have a quick look at this replay. You can see the DRS just wide open. Look how far back Ricciardo's dropped as well. That is mad. We're on lap number 5, and Ricciardo's nearly, well, he's so far back. That's like 5 or 6 seconds. he must have some sort of problem at the start of this race, because that is terrible from the Ferrari driver there. He's just lost so much time. We can see Giovinazzi didn't really give up. He was putting the pressure on, but lap number 5, it was to be my lap, and I kept the position for then. But then I decided, yep, time to throw it into the pit lane here because, well, I was actually due to come in on lap number 4. Then I realised, okay, that seems really early now I think of it. So I decided to stick it out for one more lap. I was thinking even going for an extra lap here, but I was thinking Giovinazzi would pit this lap as well. So we might get a bit of an undercut here on Mr. Giovinazzi as we exit the pit lane here. We'll see. One more lap. We just got to push it to the max. Hope we don't get stuck in any sort of traffic. And we should be able to keep the lead over Giovinazzi over this sort of pit stop stage of the race here. So exiting pit lane here. Looks like we're going to come out in P4 as we exit pit lane. Oh no, there's a car coming on the outside. That's Pierre Gasly. And that's Charles Leclerc as well. Oh, that doesn't seem suspicious whatsoever. Both Prima cars. Oh, it's been a nightmare in the pit stop for Adrian Sutil. He's lost so many positions. He's behind the Haas car. That's terrible for Adrian Sutil there. He's going to have to gain a load of positions on these next couple of laps. But easy work here. These Prima cars powered by Ferrari. But let's be honest, they weren't that quick here. And they were languishing quite far behind. So to show we're a pit stop ahead of them, we know like 20-25 seconds ahead of them, so we know we had the clear pace advantage over these guys. But just slightly annoying on the outlaps, we stuck up behind some traffic, and see they're so slow through there. I even tagged the back of Gasly's car there because he's so incredibly slow through that part of the track, and we should be able to get a bit of DRS here, but once again this would have lost us time, so DRS will be activated. There we go. Should be a pretty simple overtake here on Pierre Gasly down the back straightaway here. I think we'll get it done here. Around the outside, we're risking it. On the brakes, are we going to be able to keep the position? He's not giving up, Gasly, you know, but we've got the overtake done, and then good stuff, P4. So I think we just got Verstappen, Ocon, possibly, and then also the leader out there. So Giovinazzi will be coming in this lap as well. So this will be an interesting one. Do we manage to get out ahead of him? This is going to be the most interesting part of this race here. Last couple of corners in the Volkswagen car. Just don't mess it up. Apart from overtaking those two Prima cars, it's been a pretty smooth outlap here. So across the line, good stuff. Yeah, there's Ocon in the pit lane as well. P2. Is it going to be P1? There he is, Giovinazzi. You saw him coming out of the pit lane. We've got him ahead, and I think we actually gained a decent amount of time on Giovinazzi as well. As we head down to turn 1, I think the gap's gone up to like 2.5 seconds. He was within DRS zone before the pit stop, so actually good stuff there from him. But then the laps sort of after that, he really did sort of crank it up. Even though we were in rich fuel mixture, Giovinazzi was really pushing. You can see he's right up my gearbox here. And interestingly, Gasly's still out, so he's putting in a really long shift here for the Prima team. I think he might have started on these soft tyres, but a slight mistake from me there, and Giovinazzi putting the pressure on. He's trying to go around the outside, not really an overtaking opportunity. It probably would have been more sensible there for Giovinazzi to back out of that one and just get me with the DRS down the back stroke, but that wasn't the case. And you can see here, we've started to pull away from Giovinazzi because, well, you won't believe this, 2 races in a row, Giovinazzi came over the radio and said that there's problems with the car. So, incredibly, we had all that pressure on us, and it's all just sort of gone away now. Giovinazzi has, well, he's dropped down now behind Daniel Ricciardo. I think we're going to see that overtake in a second there, but this is really massive for the championship. Giovinazzi, 2 races in a row, has car failures. So let's have a look at this overtake here. Daniel Ricciardo right up behind Giovinazzi, just going to swing past him with the DRS there. Easy work there for the Ferrari driver. So you can see there he's promoted himself up to P2 here with a couple of laps to go. Is the nightmare going to continue for Giovinazzi? Is he going to sort of drop back into the midfield here? Well, the answer is right here. Last lap of the race. Esteban Ocon has gone for the overtake down the inside. There's slight contact between the two. And Giovinazzi, has he lost the position? It's so close. For now, I think Giovinazzi's off the podium. After contending for the victory, Giovinazzi once again has car problems and is off the podium. But he didn't give up. DRS open, back straight, couple of corners to go. Giovinazzi gets himself back onto the podium. Awesome stuff there for the Italian, but for us, it's going to be a Grand Prix victory for Volkswagen. We've done it across the line to pick up 25 points. Absolutely incredible. Wow, I love this track, but I did not expect that to happen. 25 points on the board, and could this championship challenge be back on track for Volkswagen? It definitely looks over the last couple of races we've gained form on them, and this could be a three-way battle for this championship battle. There we go, out the car, winning our first race of the season, absolutely buzzing. I was so happy with the turn of events there to bring ourselves onto the top step of the podium for the first time this season. The Volkswagen car looking lovely in Parc Ferme, but here are the results here. So we won the race by 7 or so seconds of Ricciardo, Giovinazzi, Ocon, Vettel, Verstappen, Sutil in 7th place, bad from him, then Stroll, Carey and Giotto. Another point for Giotto, great stuff for him. Bottas once again overshadowed by his teammate. And both Haas cars this time don't get into the points. And, well, Fukuzumi after that mistake on the first lap, finishing all the way down in 20th place. So this is how the driver's standings looked. It's all closed up here. Ricciardo on 91 points over Giovinazzi on 85. With that race victory, it puts us right back in contention. Only 10 points now of Daniel Ricciardo. Esteban Ocon dropped a little bit back there, but he's still within a shout on 70 points. Then you got a bit gap there. Back to Sutil on 46. Vettel on 43, then Carey, Verstappen, Ferrucci and Stroll round up the top 10 in the standings so far. Then we look at the constructor standings. This is going to get interesting here. Can we manage to close up to Ferrari? If the car keeps developing, there's definitely a chance it could happen, but it's looking like a bit of a task. Nearly 50 points to Ferrari at the top of the standings so far. We got on 127, Mercedes on 113, Williams in there as well. There's a massive gap from Williams to Mercedes. Only 38 points for the Williams team. Skoda got ahead of Haas in this Grand Prix here. Now 2 points ahead. They're on 21 ahead of Haas on 19. McLaren on 8 after those good points last time out. Toyota got more points here today. They're on 2 points. Congratulations to them. Then Prima have a point, and then Aston Martin and BMW Ferrari are yet to score. That is massive news. 2 massive companies with no points at all this season. When you look the likes of like Williams up there, Skoda up there, Haas up there, they don't have massive budgets, but BMW, Ferrari and Aston Martin have massive budgets and are struggling so far this season. So that is it for this episode, guys. If you could remember to leave a like, that'd be massively appreciated. If we could get to 200 likes, I'd be massively appreciated. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have an epic day, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.